Welcome to the Babs Micheal Show. Hello guys, welcome back to the Babs Micheal Show. I remain your host here, Babs Micheal. Thank you for following, and if this is your first time of joining our show, make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and be part of this community that we're trying to build, So the Babs Micheal Show, it's just basically where we have conversations, where we have discussions, and where we motivate, inspire ourselves, and use events, and everything happening around to create a directions for all of us, and to increase our passion for growth. So generally we focus on motivation, events, sports, and career development, personal development. So if it's the first time you're seeing this video, you are the right place. So make sure you're part of this community every time, on Facebook, Instagram, all across our social media. We want to see you to be part of this family. Welcome again. Like, subscribe, and make sure you share this video. So today I have a discussion around anger. Just a few days ago we had an issue of a Nigerian footballer, professional footballer Osimhen, responding to anger, and a lot of people have asked me that questions. Can we manage anger? So today is not an anger management class. It's just an evaluation. Can anger be managed? What do you expect? What is your take? Everybody has jumped on that discussion. I'm not jumping on it. I'm just giving a reference to that to speak on our own level like we do in our community. So basically, anger is something that will always happen. Even the scriptures make it know that you can be angry. But is that you don't take action that results into sin. So let me give a reference to scripture. It says, be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil. Be angry. So God does not have any problem with being angry, because certain things can make you angry. People say, no, I've developed myself in a way that I don't get angry. It's actually a lie. Let them press your button. To me, many people see me like I don't get angry, but I've seen myself get angry, probably even as a tutor. When I was in Nigeria, it is easier to react to anger. When I got into the United States, when I deal with students, they anger you, but this system does not allow you, to respond to the anger on the students. We could say Nigeria did not even allow to, because it is being managed now. But there are some ways that you're not even expected to speak to students in this system. They could turn it around. But in Nigeria, you talk somehow to students, which should be normal thing. You should be able to talk in action. It is what happened after your anger, not basically taking the wrong step. Some teachers get angry and they can flog a lot of them, flog students like that. And you find that there have been situations where students died from that action. So anger, it's there, but we have a way of managing it in a different level. That's why I mentioned anger, status, professionalism. Why? Because when you get angry as a teacher, there is an instant action waiting that if you do, there will be a repercussion. Now, but if you get angry at somebody that you're at the market, you want buying something, somebody just somebody just annoy you, you can easily not take action. It's easier because you don't have authority over the person. So if you're in a place of authority, the response to anger could be extreme. Or as a teacher, you get angry to students, you have authority over them, you could take the wrong action. As an husband to the wife, you probably have an authority over your wife, you take an action which is wrong. Sometimes as a wife to the husband, because you see us as equal, we are both together, you do me this, the wife take an action. So I've seen situations where anger results in domestic violence, even the death of any of the partner. There are stories like that. So what is the point is that it is easy for us to see the action of anger depending on where you find yourself. That's why status is an important thing. Osimhen as a footballer, is a star, is respected. So and he feel that power. He can talk, talk in action, show those things, which is connected to the way he's reacting. What happened to the story? He traveled faster. because of his status. Then he can realize on time that, oh, people don't really like this and begin to adjust over time. And so he had to be personal focus. Oh, this is what happened when this happened to me. Then it had to, go through that personally to come out of that mess. But if it's another person that happened to, it might not travel. That's why it depends on status. It might not travel. People get annoyed every day, but we don't get to know the effect of many of them because of status. You get annoyed when you're walking on the road, somebody, you might just ignore and go. But when your status is out there and you get annoyed, the action is always visible and it becomes a discussion over time. So when you mention status, it determines, so the status we find yourself should be a way of shunning your anger. Oh, as a teacher, as a government, it comes on the social media. We are waiting for it. If it's just anybody that gets angry, the story does not travel fast because they know that you're responsible for many things. Because literally everybody gets angry every day. Everybody can caution their actions. Some can even respond in less than a few seconds and get back to normal. Some can respond and from there they are out of order. So the caution at this point is that we get angry, but ability to manage it depends on your status sometimes. So if you are on a status where you have a power, that is another thinking. You must be able to think deeper. You have power over some people you are getting angry over, then danger. Pastors over congregation. I've seen pastors get angry and begin to send all their workers away. All those things have to do with caution. When you understand the position you occupy, you are going to be personally develop yourself to manage anger. So like I said, I'm not doing anger management. I'm basically talking about the anger, the status, the professionalism. Professionalism means even if you have done this to me, it is not ethical to do this. That is when the spirit comes. So put it in your mind, when something comes in, is it professional? Is it ethical? Does it correspond to my status? It will help you. So as a pastor, something ignites you. Oh, I can't do this, regardless of how you push me. So it's not that everybody cannot get angry. There is a button. If they click your button, I hardly get angry, I said it, but they can always click my button at a point. Even students, I've had to get angry to students, to individual. But what happened? I had to look at my status, look at the effects. That is why it's the action. The scriptures also said that. Get angry, but do not let this become sin, because action that comes after it now results into sin. You might end up killing person, you might end up looking down person, rubbishing somebody's personality. So that's why when anger comes in, remember professionalism, remember ethical, and remember your status. So with that, you know that you can cushion and you can manage the effect of anger. I've spoken to a lot of young people angry in relationship. Some of them, their partner just press their button. Somebody get angry because anytime you say no to the person, she doesn't like, or he or she doesn't like to hear no. So when you hear no, the response is always like an anger, change voice. The first level of anger is always level of voice. You change your voice, rah. You roar like a lion. So when you start saying that, you have to be intentional about it. So like I said, this discussion is not anger management. It's just to have a review of how anger is connected to status, connected to professionalism, connected to ethical. So anywhere you find yourself, if anything, press your button. Remember your status. I don't want to be seen this way, because people have the way to evaluate. Some people will speak positive of cement, some speak negative about him, some will use the opportunity to even say yes, it's what he has been doing. Many people have evaluated that he was consistent. So it's now to get to a point where it needs to be intentional, that when that happens, I just let it go. That is about personal intentionality. So people have to use that to classify him, identify him. It's about status. Now his stories can travel far. If I get angry in my closet, it might not be a story that travel further, only if it results in a big action, resulting to the death of somebody, resulting to beating of somebody. It becomes a big story. Usman did not beat anybody. Do you understand? He was angered. He spoke anyhow. The action might not be too deep in terms of results, but because of his status, we have to aggravate it. Say no, this doesn't worth it. Your status determine your level of response to anger. So, but in all, whether you are high or not, you have to manage anger. It is not basically just because of your status the anger can be managed, but it will prevent the circulation, the expansion of the effects. It's just like where you occupy. I was telling someone, I said, Chelsea sacked their coach. Chelsea sacked their coach few days before Man U did. The story just went one day, pew, it went off. Manchester United sacked their coach. The story is still trending now. It is about status. Manchester United is like the almighty of UK, but people don't want to agree. It is always there. So if Chelsea do something, pew is off. Man U, pew, the story continue. I just give a practical example of both of them on the same level. Chelsea sacked coach, Man U sacked coach. Chelsea sacked coach, in 2 days the story has gone. It's no longer an issue. Man U sack coach, it is still consistently a discussion. It's a story. So a story of a mighty person will travel faster. But a story of, I'm not saying Chelsea is not mighty, but you cannot compare the standard of Chelsea to Manchester United. You know, so what is the point? That is the same way. You get angry, it can be allowed based on your level for some. You get angry for some, it's another level. That's why you need to consider status, professionalism, and ethics before you respond to anger. Like I mentioned, what the scripture says specifically: be angry, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. That means don't let it go. Sometimes the solution is that when you get angry, don't allow it to stay for a long time and turn to other thing. Don't let it. You can get angry with somebody, you react, you can now go, I'm sorry, as at that time I responded wrongly. That is life. You respond to action, you know you are wrong, you get corrected. There is no pride in it. You know, he said, whoever is slow to anger has great understanding. So my charge for you today is be slow to anger. It depends. It's not by prayer, it's not by counseling, it's by personal intentionality. Be slow to anger, but he who is hasty temper exalts folly. So when anything just happens, the press a button, you just jump. That is danger. So learn to calm down and, you know, manage yourself. This year, you know, manage your anger. That's my word for you. This year, manage your anger so that you not bring into action that you and I will not want to be part of, or you and I will not like. So anger, professionalism, ethics, and status. So look at who you are. Manage your anger yourself. You don't need prayer, you need yourself to manage your anger. Take reasonable action so that your story will not travel out there as a negative factor. You know, whether you are Manchester or you are Chelsea, like I said, Manchester news will travel faster than Chelsea news. That's the same way the action of anger will travel based on who you are. So I think that's our discussion for today, looking at anger. So I want to charge you, let's not anger direct your movement this year. Thank you for listening. I'll see you when next we come on board. I remain your host, Babs Micheal. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the Babs Micheal Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social media. See you next time.